Hello and welcome back to another episode of Overkill Trading. In today's video, we are going to be taking live chart requests from the live chat. What's going on? Everybody tuning in. Brunson, Zion, the Forsaken, Flower Child, George, Kelly, Dan. What's going on, everybody? Joining the live here at the beginning, guys. I told you guys I was going to take a 2-week vacation, and I came back last night because... I'm coming back today because we hit 10,000 followers, 10,000 subscribers on YouTube. So I told you guys I would go live here and look at some charts for you guys before I leave for the beach tomorrow. So really appreciate the 10,000 subs, guys. I will be giving away 100 XRP on this stream. So go ahead and stick around and we will get to that giveaway here on the stream. In the meantime, drop your guys' chart requests inside the live chat. If you guys are tuning in for the replay, sorry. We go live here at 4 p.m. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday for chart requests. Let's go ahead and start with the rules really quick for everybody that is new. Good refresher for the people that are have been around for a while. But 10,000 subscribers, guys, that is just amazing. And I really, truly appreciate the support. And again, as I tell you guys all the time, this channel is not about me. It's not about you. It's about all of us working together as a community to dominate these markets. So if you guys are new, if you guys have been here for a while, you know that we are swing traders that focus on a monthly and a daily chart here. Okay, our typical time frame for trades is 1 to 6 months. So what that means is when we look to buy something, we are looking to hold that name for a minimum of 1 to 6 months. Okay, 1 to 6 months, it's a time frame. We are not day traders here. Okay, we enter and exit positions using our trading indicator. We use a bunch of different trading indicators here, like the EMAs, these red and green dots down here. You can see rule number 3 right there says green dot means buy, red dot means sell. Okay, those green dots are our buy signals on the daily and the monthly time frames because, again, those are the time frames that we are hyper focused on. Okay, these are not day trading time frames. If you guys want to day trade, you need to go into a smaller time frame like the 15-minute or the 5-minute. But here we are focused on a monthly and a daily chart looking for that 1 to 6 month swing. So again, green means buy, red means sell. Okay, rule number 4 is that we only want to buy assets that have a green dot or a green candle on the monthly chart. Okay, what I mean by that is we zoom out here to the monthly chart here. We're looking at Bitcoin here, and you could see the green dots down here have called the bottom of Bitcoin since all the way back in 2015 for the last 10 years. Okay, back in 2015, this one was called out back at around $350. Bitcoin was $350 back in 2015. If you bought back then and are still holding, congratulations. But this thing went from around $350 all the way up to $20,000. Okay, you saw the red dot up here was your sell signal. It went on a bear market, went into a bear market for a year and a half, gave you another one right here in 2019. That was April of 2019 right there. You can see that was $3,000 Bitcoin. It ended up going all the way up to $70,000. Okay, and again, right here in 2023, this was the most recent bottoming signal. Again, when the blue wave is down here is typically when the asset is very oversold. But this was called out here in 2023 at $17,000 Bitcoin. That was about 2 years ago. And obviously, we're sitting up here at 107. And Bitcoin does still have a green dot on the monthly chart. So after we see the green dot on the monthly chart, after we get that signal on the monthly chart, we are then on the daily time frame. Okay, then we want to zoom into the daily chart because the green dots on the monthly chart, these signals on the larger time frames like the weekly and the monthly are much more accurate because they have more data, right? There's 30 days in one of these candles. Every single month, right? We're going to get a new monthly candle here. Once we hit July, and that's going to be here in about 6 days. So we're going into a new month, which means all of this is going to shift, okay? And we're going to get new data. So the reason that the green dots are the most accurate on the higher time frames is because there is the most data. And a green dot on the monthly time frame simply tells us that we are going up for the next 1 to 6 months. The direction is up, it's in our favor. If it's red, we're going down. We don't want to trade assets that are going down. We want to trade assets that are going up, okay? So with that being said, we want that green dot or a green candle. The green dot's going to be more accurate than the green candle on the monthly chart, okay? But again, it's all about conviction. So we want to see that green dot on the monthly first. After that, we want to zoom into the daily time frame. Okay, so once you get the monthly signal, you want to get into the daily. Okay, you can see the buying strategy right here. Monthly green dot plus daily green dot equals buy. And again, this is a 1 to 6 month hold. Okay, it takes months for this trade to develop. It's not a day trade. It's not going to take 3 days. Okay, it's not going to take 24 hours or 3 hours. It takes months to develop because it's on a monthly chart. But again, the monthly chart is the most accurate chart when it comes to the signal. So after you get the monthly, you want to zoom into the daily. You can see we got a signal right there on Bitcoin. That was at around 100 to 102,000 right there. That came a couple days ago. So again, as long as the last dot is green on Bitcoin, we should be actively looking for the green dots on the daily. So you had an opportunity to add to Bitcoin right there around 102, 103. And Bitcoin's still looking good. If we can break out back over 110, I think things are going to get absolutely crazy. Okay, so that's the buying strategy, guys. Our selling strategy, this is probably the question I get asked the most. And this is why I like to cover it every day before we go over the chart requests. So again, we're going to go for chart requests for like the next couple hours. So I just want to get through our strategy just so everyone knows what we're looking for. So sell strategy number 1 is that we want to sell a red dot in the red zone on the daily chart. Okay, so the red zone has to do with our Fibonacci indicator. Okay, that is this right here. So if you can't see the Fibonacci, what you want to do is you want to unhide it. And again, if you guys do not have the trading indicators, you guys can download my entire layout over here in the trading indicator tab. Just click on this link and everything will load directly up into your TradingView account. If you download it and you can't see it, all you got to do is click on this arrow over here, drop it down and unhide it. Okay, so where we're looking to sell strategy number 1, we want a red dot in the red zone on the daily chart. So with this selling strategy, we are focused on a daily time frame. So you can see how these zones are colored. Up here in the red zone is where we typically want to sell these red dots on the daily chart. Okay, we don't care about the red dots down here on the daily chart. We care about the red dots in the red zone. So you can see this one came right here on May 23rd on Bitcoin. That was at 112,000. That was a good place to take some profits because then we ended up dipping down to like 98. Boom, you got another signal right there into the EMAs. And we're back to the races. So it doesn't mean we're going to call the exact top. We're just trying to get out close to it. So that is one of our selling strategies. Someone asked me about AMD today. We called AMD out like right in here at about, I think it was at like $96 is where we called out AMD. So you can see AMD's price target. This is where I'd be looking to take profits on AMD, right up there around 180 because that's right there at the top of the red zone. Now, this is just a strategy, guys. It doesn't mean that 180 is going to be the exact top. But if you're entering right here where we called out the signal at 110 and you're riding that thing all the way up to that price target, that's a 70% gain. Okay, most people are happy with 5% a year. You just made 70% in a couple of months. So that is sell strategy number 1. Sell strategy number 2, and this is the last thing we'll cover, and then we'll get into the requests. So drop those in the live chat, guys. I will be covering them. Okay, sell strategy number 2 is that we sell when the stochastic RSI, is the light blue line on our trading indicator. Okay, that is this blue line right here. So when that hits the white dotted line on the monthly chart, okay? So let's go to the monthly chart. This isn't concerned with the daily, okay? It's concerned with the monthly. So the monthly stochastic RSI, that's that light blue line. When that comes up and that touches that white dotted line, that's when we're looking to take our profits. You can see we're looking at a chart of Ethereum here, and Ethereum is still holding its green dot here into the close of June, which is awesome to see because in that little dip, that little 3-day sell-off that we had last week, the dot faded away. It went away from the chart. So a dot is only confirmed if it closes the month, meaning we get a new candle, okay? We get a new candle opening here in July. So if we close green on the monthly here in June in 6 days, that is going to be very, very bullish for the altcoins. Because again, the last time we got a green dot with the wave down here was right here in November. Okay, November of 2023. That was 2 years ago. Ethereum was right there at 1,800, and then it ripped all the way up to 4,000. That was a 120% move for Ethereum. So this is really bullish for altcoins still, folks. Altcoin season is still full-fledged. Hopefully you guys didn't panic sell because the buyers are strong right now. They are holding this market up. They're liquidating the weak hands, the people who are trading with leverage and who are over leveraged. Okay, those are the people that have to worry in these markets. The people who don't have any leverage can never be liquidated. You just sit here and hold and wait till this move happens, right? That's what we're waiting on right now, and this is a really good sign still. But back to the sell strategy, right? Sell strategy number 2. We want that light blue line hitting that white dotted line on the monthly chart. You can see that happened back here in March of 2024. That was up there at 4,200. That was the exact top for Ethereum. Same thing back here in April of 2021. We topped out right up there at 4,300. The light blue line was hitting that white dotted line. So that's on the monthly chart. And you can see Ethereum is nowhere near that white dotted line. Okay, we're not even close to the top right now. So there is no point in selling anything when you're sitting here with a macro signal here on Ethereum with this stochastic RSI sitting at 16. Because what the white dotted line represents, guys, is 100. It's 100 value. So if I take this and I measure this right now, it's at 18, right? 18, 19 right now is where that's sitting at. Up here is at 100. Okay, so that means we're only about 18 to 19% of the way to the top for Ethereum here. So that's when I've told you guys I'm going to be unloading my alts. I don't care what happens in the short term. If we get a little 10, 20% dip in a week or whatever the case may be. We are long-term swing traders here. We are 1 to 6 months out. So you can't get shaken out on a little 10, 20% dip, okay, when you're seeing this signal here on your chart. Okay, Ethereum's chart is still looking very bullish. I would be looking for any and every green dot. You got one yesterday right there around 2,400. We've gotten 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 green dots for Ethereum at 2,500. So that's pretty much telling us that, hey, this is the bottom for Ethereum. I know we had a little liquidation event there, but this is actually bullish. Okay, this liquidated a lot of weak hands, a lot of people who were overly leveraged, and the buyers stepped right back in and pushed it right back up above that 2,400 spot. So it depends. It all matters where we close this month, guys. So that's the sell strategy. That's the buy strategy for those of you that are new. Okay, so let's go ahead and dive into some of your guys' chart requests here. I see one come through here from Daniel. What's going on, my brother? Solana, Bitcoin, and Nyla. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. I got you, brother. Solana, this one's still red here on the monthly. It looks like it dipped all the way down to 120, but I've still said if we can close above 140, that is the true support level right there. That is the true support right there at 140. You can see they pushed it down below it, and they sucked it right back up. The best thing you could do here on Solana is watch that monthly time frame for that green dot to come. If we get a big push up here into the end of the month, okay, and this candle closes green, it's going to get really bullish. I'd be watching the monthly and even the weekly. The weekly signals, the weekly green dots are also extremely accurate. I still like Solana here. I'm still bullish on it. And again, I'd be a long-term holder of 1 to 6 months on this name, just waiting for that green dot. Again, the trend is down until we get that signal. Okay, so that's really what you got to watch here. But I don't see this one going below 125. I think that's a really solid stop loss here for Solana. And your other one was Bitcoin. You're coming in here with the memes here. Same thing. Red candle there on the monthly. You can't even see the data. You got a nice green candle here. I would just make sure it holds on to a penny. A penny is the support. That's where you bounced right back here last time. We got Nyla. Okay, this one looks like it's trying to bottom right there at 0.003. That green dot will be the confirmation. So if you guys don't see any data on the indicator down here on the time frames, what you can do is you could zoom into a smaller time frame here. You could zoom into like a 4 hour or a 1 hour. See big buyers stepping in here on this one. And you got the hourly as well you could use. But if you don't see any data on your chart, it's because it's too new. This thing just came out here in May, so it's only like a month old. So the indicator does not have enough data to show you where it's at. But that is just now showing up. So what I'd wait for on this one is a green dot. If you want to buy it here, use a stop loss at 0.003 there. What else we got? Jeff for SoFi. SoFi's ripping, man. We were calling this one out right here at 13, right into our EMAs, okay? The EMAs are there to tell us what direction the trend is, right, on the daily chart. So you could see here, when we are down below the EMAs, this is also part of our indicator, we are stuck in a downtrend. When we break out over the EMAs, that's when we get into an uptrend. So 9.5 times out of 10, guys, if we are trending above the EMA, you can see right here we were stuck in a downtrend, stuck in a downtrend, stuck in a downtrend. Boom, we broke out right here, pulled back into the EMAs, and the party's on. SoFi's still looking very good. It's got a green dot there on the monthly chart. If you go to the daily, you can identify your take profit level, and you're getting into the red zone here. So where I'd first look to take profits on SoFi is in between 17 and 18. You could always take some off there. It could keep going. You can see when we get up into the red zone, we could just keep trending up. Okay, but this one's very strong. So if you want to take profits on this one, I would watch for that next daily dot there, the red dot. I would take some off when you do get that. Okay, and again, we were calling this one out at like $13 here into the EMAs. Okay, those EMAs are our friend, guys. We have a thing in the Discord also called the cheat sheet here. So think of the EMA. So what that stands for is exponential moving average. So it's like a moving average. So it's the daily average. Okay, if you're using a daily chart. So that's like our mean. Okay, we don't want to buy things when they're way extended off of the mean. We want to buy things that are close to the mean, pulling back into the mean. Okay, just like this. We don't want to buy SoFi way up here because we're asking for a big correction. We want to buy them up above the mean. Okay, you take off, get over the mean, boom. Come back into it. Beautiful level to buy right there on SoFi at 12. Another beautiful spot right here, right into the moving averages at 13. I would not be buying SoFi up here. I would be looking to take profits. Again, you could use that Fibonacci. That red zone's telling you 17 to 18 is the top of the fib. Does that mean that's going to be the exact top? No, because you can also see it can break out above it and keep making higher highs, which is possible. But with the monthly, with where it's at, that thing looks like it has a lot of room. Okay, I just think it'd probably be a good place to take some off at around 18 if you get that, but I would watch for a daily dot on that. But that was a really nice trade. You can see we got the green dots right in here back in May at around $13. I see one for Harrison for SEI. SEI, beautiful move. I was going to buy this one the other day when we were talking about it there in the Discord, but really nice move. I would hold this one. Okay, I wouldn't buy it up here off the EMAs, right? You're sitting pretty close to the 200, but if this thing pulls back to like 22, so if you guys missed the move on the daily, what I like to do is I like to zoom into the 15-minute or the hourly. Okay, the hourly is a really good place to look for pullbacks if you guys missed this daily move. Okay, you see the big move up. You guys were talking about, a lot of you guys were talking about this at 16. I think Mogger bought this at like 18 cents in the Discord. Beautiful. Look at that signal right there, calling out right there on the 19th. That was at 18 cents, guys. 18 cents that daily signal came, and it ripped to the upside. So if I turn on that fib, okay, you can see the red zone's up there between 60 and 70 cents. So that's another 100% all the way to the top. Again, that's not going to happen overnight, guys. It's not going to happen tomorrow or probably not even next week. But if you have our time frame, right? If you have our strategy and your sell strategy is to sell, right, in the red zone on the daily, or when the stochastic is on the monthly, or the stochastic is touching that light blue line on the trading indicator on the monthly, you're nowhere near take profit here on SEI. Okay, up here is take profit area between 60 and 70. Okay, and then the monthly, look where the stochastic is. It's right there at 14. Okay, welcome, Daryl, my brother. Yeah, if you guys want priority to chart requests on these live streams, you guys can sign up to become a YouTube Spartan. You just hit that join button on the below the video here, and I'm going to take YouTube Spartan requests first, obviously, and then get to the non-members after that. But you guys will have priority if you guys become a YouTube Spartan there. You just have to click that join button. But you can see that stochastic down there. It's at 14. Again, we're not looking to sell till it comes back up here and touches that white dotted line. And we are willing to wait 1 to 6 months at minimum for that to happen. So, again, I'm still fully bullish on altcoins into the end of summer to the end of the year. My topping time is into August or November. Okay, that's when I think the markets will top. I'll get a better idea when the stochastic on Ethereum gets back up here. That's when we'll be looking to sell. Ethereum stochastic on the monthly has called the top for the last 2 bull runs. Okay, boom, right there at 43. Boom, right here at 42. Okay, boom and boom. Ethereum will tell you what the alts are going to do. And right now, Ethereum's telling you, hey, it's going up. So with SEI here, guys, I know a lot of you guys were talking about this. A lot of you guys are hyped up on it. It's had a really nice move. I'm kicking myself. I was going to buy it around 19 cents. but I just wasn't at my computer. I've been on vacation with my wife. We're leaving tomorrow to go on another vacation, and we'll be back in July. So live streams will continue as normal here in July. And today was just a celebratory stream for you guys and the community, us hitting 10,000 on YouTube. We actually hit 60,000 on TikTok as well. So I love to see the community growing. So with SEI, again, you kind of missed the jump here on the daily. What I would be looking for is a pullback, okay, probably into 24. So if you miss the daily, you want to zoom into even further into the hourly, okay, and look for a pullback. I would love, if SEI could pull back here to like 24 cents, that would be an epic entry right there, okay, right into the 200 EMA on the hourly. That's another really good spot to buy on the hourly as long as the EMAs are trending up. Again, on the hourly, when we're trending down, we're down below it. We're down below it. We're in a downtrend, okay? Right here, we got that golden cross right here back in, what was that? June, crossed over, pulled back into the EMA right there. This is when I was looking to buy it right there last week. I think that was Monday, right there at 19. Beautiful setup right there. And wham, 100%, not quite 100%, but pretty damn close. So if that thing pulls back into the 200 like it did there, that's where I'd look to buy it. If you can get this thing at 24 cents, I think that'd be an absolute steal here. Daryl for Coinbase. Coinbase has been a big winner. We called this out at the beginning of the month, guys. Beginning of June. Go watch that TikTok. It's pinned to my TikTok profile. 3 stocks ready to explode in June. That was MU, AMD, and Coinbase. Those were the top 3 picks. Why were we calling those out? Well, because we got the green dot on the monthly chart. And again, the green dot on the monthly chart is the most accurate signal that you can get, okay, when it comes to these signals. And we got that at the beginning of June on June 2nd, and that was literally sitting at like $250. It went all the way up. It's all the way up here at 370. So you could see the stochastic right now isn't at that white dotted line yet. But if you look at the daily, we are in that red zone. So we were talking about this yesterday. If I was in this trade, I would be looking to take some off the table here. Now that we're in the red zone, I would look to take some because, again, we got that big separation here off the moving averages. Okay, we got that big separation here off the moving averages. You can see we're sitting 15% off the 10-day moving average and around 35% off the 200-day moving average. So not saying this is the top, but there is a lot of topping signals showing up here on the daily. I don't think this is a very bad place to trim some, sell 25%, 50%, whatever the case. Again, we were calling this out on June 2nd. So right in here at around 240 is where we called this out. You had another opportunity to buy it right here on the 16th at around the same price. Beautiful trade there. Absolutely beautiful trade there. Okay, so I think you take some off here, and then on the monthly, right, you could hold the other 75 to 50% until we get that stochastic up there on that white dotted line. So I don't think it's ever a bad time to sell when you're hitting that, when you're hitting the top of that fib. Okay, you can see, boom, that's where we topped. Boom, that's where we topped. But this one looks like it's going for higher highs, and I love the Coinbase company. I think they're gonna be like a bank one day when we truly flip over and we truly go to full on crypto backing. That's the way we're gonna do it. That's what the financial system's going to be on. I think companies like Coinbase, Robinhood, right, these centralized exchanges, they're gonna be the same thing as banks, same thing as Wells Fargo, same thing as Bank of America. And it's where a lot of business is going to be done, I believe. Daryl says, Hood. Robinhood is just doing the ripski here. Man, I don't know if this thing's going to stop. It is just flying right now, man. This is one I am pissed that I didn't buy. Okay, right here into that 200-day when we pulled back, when everyone was panicking about tariffs right there at 35. I was thinking about it, and I just didn't pull the trigger. I was too distracted. And that thing just absolutely ripped. I wouldn't buy this thing up here. If you're holding it, I think you got to take some off the table here. I think you got to take some. It'll probably hit 100. It'll probably hit 100 and then probably fall back. Honestly, man, I'd probably be taking some off here. I would at least set a stop loss at like $79. That way, if it goes back down and corrects like it did back here, you don't want to ride it all the way back down. So you could set a trailing stop loss on this one. I think, I mean, 77 to 79 would be good for a stop loss, just because, again, if you were entering down here, okay, into the EMA or right here, like we talk about, you're up well over 100% right now. So you don't want to ride it all the way back down. You want to make sure to protect your gains. How do you protect your gains? You use a stop loss. Boom. I think a stop loss at the bottom of this candle right here would be good. But if it was me right now, I'd probably be taking some off Robinhood and just waiting for a correction. Corrections always happen. Okay? Don't want to get greedy, because up here, this is when people get greedy. They're like, oh, it's going to go to 10,000 by the end of the year. You know, it's going to go to 10,000 here by the end of 2025, right? Start getting that delusion, new paradigm phase. Everything corrects. There's always profit taking. Okay, so I'd probably take some off of Robinhood if I was holding it. That's just my personal preference, though. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. But you can see we topped out right there back in September as well at 85. That's where it opened up. And then it dipped all the way down. I remember when Robinhood was at 10 bucks, man. And I knew their company was going to be huge. And they're getting really big into crypto, too, now. I see they have an event coming up on Monday. For those of you that have Robinhood, they're doing some type of seminar. They're releasing a bunch of new crypto products and stuff like that. So I think that's pretty cool to see. When Coinbase is top, yeah, Coinbase is a great company. They're not going anywhere. I see one for GRT, the graph. Okay, so that one dipped down right into where it dipped right here back in April. This is when we said the bottom was in back in April, right there at 6 cents when we got that golden dot on the total chart. Okay, boom. It looks like it made a higher low there, so I like it as long as it can hold on to 6 cents. But what I'd be really watching for is a green dot here on the monthly. That will confirm that we are out of the bear market in the macro. Okay, but this thing's been hammered really hard, and it's right on very serious support. 6 cents is a big level for it. If you want to wait, I wouldn't add or do anything. If you added on this green candle here, I wouldn't do anything till you see that green dot there on the monthly. XRP from Phil. XRP is actually still red here on the monthly, but the candle is green. So this thing's holding on to its $2 support like a champ. Again, they flushed it down below it and then sucked it right back up. It's kind of the same thing that happened right here. See, we're into the 200. They shot it down and then they sucked it right back up. Okay, strong. There's a lot of buyers of XRP at $2 right now. Okay, that is a very, very strong support level. And we could go below it, but as long as we close above it, it's still support. So they're going to have a hard time getting that thing back below $2. I think there's just too many buyers at that level. I think that is the new zero line for XRP. What I'd be watching for on XRP to confirm the trend higher is a weekly green dot, or of course, the monthly green dot. The weekly dot will come before the monthly normally. So that's what I'd be watching. I'd watch both those time frames for that signal, and then that'll be your move higher. If you bought this thing down here off that dip at 90 cents, congratulations. But I think a lot of people were panicking that day. I don't think a lot of people panic sold. I saw a lot of fear, a lot of FUD. But I think the majority of you held the line. And I'm sure a lot of you are happy you guys didn't sell that liquidation dip. What else we got? AVAX. AVAX again. I'm going to want to wait for that monthly signal. Monthly or the weekly signal. That's where I'd play that one. I wouldn't touch it until we get one of those signals there. XOM. It's a stock. XOM got a green candle, so it qualifies here. I believe that one is green on the weekly. It's got a pretty nasty candle here this week with the war cooling down here. It's right back into the EMA right now, so a big level for that one is 106. I would have a stop loss at 106, but I'd wait for the the daily signal there, because you do got the green candle. Again, a green candle or a green dot is what we're looking for on the monthly. You got a green dot there on the weekly. Okay, I would wait for the daily dot now here, or look to the hourly here. You see the hourly sitting right on that 200 right now. So I think this looks good. I think you buy this one here on that 200 hourly and use a stop loss at 106 for a trade. I think that's a good place to buy if you're still bullish on gas and stuff like that. But the gas and oil stocks are just so choppy, man. I like stuff that's in a clear uptrend, right? Stocks like this are just up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, right? My strategy, I want it to be up and in. I want to buy right here. 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 I want to be up above the EMAs, trending above those. Okay, right now the EMAs are still crossed over. So if this thing's going to remain bullish, it's going to hold on to that 106 level. Okay, that's a big level for XOM there. NVIDIA from Daryl. NVIDIA's ripping. Just took over the number one spot for the largest market cap out of any asset. Just doing the ripski. But again, we're not buying this thing up here. Okay, we're looking to take some off here. You can see we're into the red zone there. I would sell this one on the next red dot. Okay, that thing's breaking out the all-time highs, so it could definitely keep going here. But yeah, that weekly looks a little extended here. Oh my gosh, the monthly just looks insane, man. This is crazy. Okay, and we've been talking about NVIDIA since we broke back out over the EMAs. Again, we know we're in a downtrend when we're below the EMAs. But the second you see that breakout on the daily is when we get back into an uptrend. You saw the golden cross called out right here. That was back in May, and it's just not stopping. So I would look to take some profits. I would take profits on the next red dot on the daily. I wouldn't buy this one up here. I would look to sell it on the next daily red dot. Ondo. Yeah, I've been getting a lot of heat for this one. Okay, if you guys are new to the channel, we also have these golden dot signals here. These golden dots are a 1 to 6 month swing trade, just like every other trade on our channel. So what that means is when you buy it right here, that means you need to hold it for 1 to 6 months. So what that means is if you played that, you got to wait 1 to 6 months to take profits, right? It's been probably 2 or 3 weeks. We went from 8, it got called out around 80. It went all the way down to 60. If you entered here and panic sold here, that was not your plan. Your plan right here should have been, hey, I am going to wait until this thing comes back up into the red zone. Look how far off of the red zone we are. Literally, the red zone is at $2, guys. Okay, it always retraces. Okay, so if you panic sold here and you bought the golden dot, that's your fault. Okay, because this is a 1 to 6 month swing trade. That means your plan to hold needs to be 1 to 6 months till we either get back up here to the red zone or until the monthly stochastic, which you cannot see at this time, gets back up there. So I'd be watching the red zone here on the daily to take profits. You should not worry about these red dots down here. Only red dots you want to worry about selling is up here in the red zone. Okay, you can see up here, red dots in the red zone means sell. You should have been selling at 180. You should have been selling up here at 2. Okay, not selling down here at the bottom of the golden zone. Okay, the bottom of the golden zone is where you want to be loading up. You don't want to be selling down here. Sells should not be in your vocabulary down here. Okay, this is the area you want to worry about selling. And again, you have to be disciplined and have a plan. Okay, if I'm buying something and my strategy is to sell when I get the red dot in the red zone on the daily, or when the stochastic RSI on the monthly hits that white dotted line, I'm not going to panic sell a 20% dip down here. Okay, that's not your strategy. That wasn't your plan going in. It doesn't matter what the market does down here. Okay, if you're using our strategy, you need to be disciplined enough to wait until price retraces back into that red zone. And our typical time frame for that retracement normally comes in 1 to 6 months. It might take 7 months, it might take 8 months, but if you're buying it down here at 70 cents and you can wait and hold on until we get back up there, that's a 174% gain. Okay, when most people are happy with a 5% gain a year. Most people are getting 5% a year. Inflation's at like, I don't even know what inflation's at right now. 7, 8%. So you're losing money by giving your money to money managers and getting 5%. Whereas if you buy something like Ondo and you have the discipline to hold until we hit our targets, you're making 174. That could happen in July, August, September, November. There's no way to really ever tell how fast it's going to develop. But again, our typical time frame is 1 to 6 months. And by the way, guys, if we can get this video to 300 likes, we're going to give away 100 XRP. But if we can get this stream to 300 likes before I sign off, I will give away 300 XRP, another 300 XRP here on the stream. So smash that like. If we can do it on the replay, I'll give away another 100. So that will be a total of 200 XRP being given away here. 400 if we can do it on stream. So I appreciate you guys liking. I appreciate the 10K subs. It's beautiful. But again, you got to have a plan. If you don't have a plan, you're going to get screwed. Okay, if you're panic selling a dip, a World War III Black Swan event, you got the wrong idea. Okay, this is a 1 to 6 month hold. That came on June 6th. June 2nd, it's been 20 days. It hasn't even been a month yet. So I really like Ondo. I don't see it going below 60 cents. I think 60 cents is the bottom for Ondo. What else we got? Daryl, for MSTR. MSTR still looks very bullish. Okay, target on that one will be up there at 470. That's the top of the fib. See, we topped out right there. Topped out. Well, we didn't really top out, but that was a good place to take some off. Yes, it's not always going to give you the exact top. This is just to get an idea of where we should be looking to buy. I've been bullish on MSTR, though, for the last couple weeks when we've been consolidating here. So watching for a breakout on that one. This one deeply depends on how Bitcoin's moving. And Bitcoin's holding up really strong here, guys. I mean, Bitcoin literally came right back down into the 100-day moving average. Again, if we're up above the EMAs, we are in a bull market, okay? We're bullish if we're up above the EMAs. We're bearish if we're down below the EMAs, getting rejected, getting rejected, getting rejected, okay? Bitcoin's chart is still very bullish here. This is a very bullish bounce here for Bitcoin, okay? Bitcoin looks awesome. I think Bitcoin's going to 150, 170 by the end of the year, okay? Easy, okay? And 100K is the new support, by the way, on Bitcoin, okay? Boom. All those people got liquidated at 100K, and then what'd they do? They sucked it right back up. Okay, weak hands selling here. Weak hands. Okay, we don't need to worry about Bitcoin until it breaks down below like 92, and that thing's pointing straight up, so nothing to worry about here. And MSTR still looks really good. I target around 475 to 500 on that one for a target. But if Bitcoin goes to 170, MSTR stock will probably be trading around 1,000. Here's SUI. Again, we broke down below these EMAs. If you guys sniped this thing at 230, congratulations. The monthly chart doesn't look too sexy. It's red there on the monthly, but the weekly's trying to bounce here. So I would use that new low there as your stop loss right there at 230. It's not my favorite looking chart. It really needs to reclaim that $3 level. I really want to see it reclaim $3. Okay, and there's no data here. Looks like I could try a different chart, maybe like Binance. Yeah, it just hasn't been out long enough. So I really want to see that one hold on to that 230 level where we bounced back there on the 22nd. So the EMAs are still up above. We just need to see a big move here into the end of the week. Reclaim that $3, 320 level, and I'll like it a lot more. Okay, what I'd be looking for is a green dot on the weekly. That's where I would add to this thing. Green dot on the weekly. You can't see the dot on the monthly. So it did get the green dot, though, on the daily right there. Nice big candle there up above 240. I just really want to see the weekly. Watch for the weekly on that one. Chainlink. Chainlink. This is my largest position, as you guys know. We're just still building support right around that $12 level. We're just kind of going sideways right now. In my opinion, on the macro time frame for this, we are right here in the middle of a stealth phase, if you're looking at the macro, okay? Because we have gone nowhere in the last 4 months. We have been stuck between $17 and $10, okay, just chopping around. So another one where I want to see the weekly, okay, and then obviously I want to see the monthly come after that. July, if we can get over 16 in July, it's going to be really, really, really bullish. And again, I want to see this one break back out over 16. So I'm long on this one. They had that partnership with MasterCard that was announced. I mean, that's like the most bullish news that you guys can get. I mean, they're partnering with banks like JP Morgan, MasterCard. I mean, I still think Chainlink is one of the most fundamentally bullish. Fundamentals are based on what the project does, right? What the software or the technology provides. I think Chainlink is probably the number one play. I like it more than XRP and everything else. One thing I do like about Chainlink here as well is that we got the golden cross here on the hourly. So the hourly is like the micro time frame that's the smallest time frame that we want to use here. So again, just like how on the daily, when we're trending down below the EMAs on the micro, like on the hourly, we are in a bear market. We're going down, going down, going down. We just had this big liquidation dip all the way back down to like $11, and then it pumped right back up to 12. So I would really like to see Chainlink hold on to 1250 here in the short term, but in the macro, that weekly signal is going to be the next signal to tell us that, hey, we're going higher here, because again, if we get the green dot on the weekly, that means we're going up for the next 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks, right? You can see the last one came right here in April. That was around 13. It went up to 18. That wasn't much of a move, though. We're trying to catch this move right here. So Chainlink, if you look at the fib on this one, that's all the way up at $28. So if Chainlink goes back up there to 28 bucks, not if, but when, okay, that's 122% from where we're sitting right now. Okay, you can see, boom, that is where we want to sell. This is the parabolic move we want to sell. If you guys zoom out here, okay, this Fibonacci, I mean, I call it zone investing. Okay, zone investing, if you guys are paying attention to the daily Fibonacci. Okay, let's go back here to 2024. Okay, what was going on right here? Not much, right? We were just up, down, up, down, up, down. This is what we're going through right now, guys. This was from August all the way to November. August, September, October, November. 4 months of just doing nothing. We'd have a little 20% pump, 20% dump. 10% pump, 15% dump. Okay? Same kind of thing happening right here. Just chopping around. This was not this, okay? We only sell up here in the red zone, okay, on the assets that we are holding, okay? We want to sell up here in the red zone. So my first target on Chainlink is up here at 28.30 bucks. After that, I will be watching the stochastic here on the monthly. Again, that was the top back here in March, okay, at 24. Back here, it was all the way up here at 50. But I love Chainlink fundamentally, and you know, technically you just have to be patient right now because we're not doing anything. We're in that phase. Okay, imagine if you guys sold in this phase back in 2024 when we were just chop, chop. Oh my God, we're up. Oh my God, we're down, right? This is the emotional time. This is when things are emotional. This is why I'm taking a vacation, guys, because again, the markets aren't doing anything. Okay, I'm not going to be at my price target where I want to sell Chainlink until it's back up here in the red zone. That's not going to happen tomorrow or next week, right? So I'd rather go hang at the beach, hang at the pool, do what I need to do. The hard part's over. We're accumulating at these very cheap prices, okay? And we shouldn't be thinking, or sell shouldn't even be in our dictionary until we get closer to these levels up here on the Fib. Okay, and if you guys don't know what the Fibonacci tool is, we have a great course over here. Free course, completely free. Don't charge you guys for the course, but this video right here, this is not my video, but this is a guy's video on YouTube. He explains the Fibonacci tool very, very well. That's over there in the trading course. Again, this is completely free. You guys can join the Discord for free. We do have a paid membership that you can get access to more stuff, but you guys do not have to pay for the course. I do not charge you guys for education. I try to give away as much free education as possible. But again, this video right here, I mean, I recommend watching all these videos. But if you want to learn more about the Fibonacci, this is a great video over here inside the Discord there. And again, we don't want to sell during this time, guys. We're at the bottom of the Fibonacci. We're looking to sell up here. So that's why I'm saying you guys don't have to sit here. I was telling you guys last week, go to the pool, man. Go to the water park. Go do what you need to do. Go put your feet in the grass. You guys don't have to stare at the screen because we're not going to be up here tomorrow or next week. Okay, could be the end of July, August, September, October. Okay, my target for the top, for us being back up here, is between August and November. Does that mean it's going to happen? No. But do I think there's a good chance that it could happen? Yes, absolutely. I think there's I'm 85 to 90% sure. Somewhere in that time frame between August and November, we're going to be back up here at these prices, if not higher. On a lot of these alts. Hopefully you're not buying shit coins. Hopefully you guys are buying good quality projects. But I still really love Link. And again, that's my largest position, so I'm a little biased, but I think that for all altcoins. I mean, Ethereum, Chainlink, ADA, XLM, I think we're going to be back up here. Because again, this is when everyone's excited. Again, look at this chart. Back here in August, all the way to November. Imagine panic selling this dip right here. Okay, this 4-day dip. I know that doesn't look like much on the chart, but that's like an 11% drop in 5 days. People are panicking. They're like, oh my God. Yeah, I see some of you guys in the Discord. Oh my, like, I see the panic, and I get it, man. I've just been through so many of these markets. But if you have a strategy, if you have a plan, and you have the discipline, you have developed the discipline to stick to that plan, no matter what the market, no matter what the news, no matter what the world throws at you, you're going to hold until you get to these prices, okay? You will make money in the markets. It's the people who get emotional, okay, that lose in these markets. That's why 90% of people fail in stocks and in crypto. And crypto is a very volatile market. Like, Crypto doesn't mess around. I mean, in reality, we haven't moved in the month. If you guys look at Ethereum on the month, it's down 4% this month after going up 41% last month. So if you put those 2 months together, we're still up 35% in 2 months for Ethereum. 35% in 2 months. But you would have thought the other day that the sky was falling, right? And we recovered. We're right back where we were. We're literally just doing one of these. We're going sideways. Okay, I tweeted something out the other day. Okay, here it is right here. Let me just show you this. Okay, I think we're somewhere in base 2 or base 3 for altcoins right now. Somewhere between base 2 and base 3. This is the parabolic curve step-like formation. Okay, we go up, we chop, we go up, we chop, we go up, we chop, we go up, we chop. Okay, so I think we're somewhere between base 2 and base 3. I don't think we're not even close to our sell point yet, right? Because that's what we have our indicators for. Like I said, Ethereum will lead all the altcoins. And you could see, this stochastic has called the top since Ethereum was around. Boom, right here in 2021. That was the top of the last bull market. Okay, right here. Boom, that was the top right there in 2024. Look where it's at now. We're not at our sell target yet. So Ethereum is still just going sideways. This is why it's a good time to take a vacation, because it's not doing anything. It's just going sideways. There's no action. Okay, this was at least some action. We actually got some price action right here on that 3-day sell-off from last week. Okay, but in reality, if you look at it from the month-to-month perspective, starting here in May, we had that big move up, and we haven't moved since May. We're for a whole month, we have been stuck between 28 and, I mean, if you count that drop right there to 2,200, fine. But that was a liquidation event, in my opinion. Okay, we've been stuck in this range for the last month. We're not doing anything. So that's why it's hard to sit here on the computer and drop videos for you guys, because nothing has changed. I'm saying the same thing over and over and over again. Okay, what I'm advising you guys to do, even though I'm not a financial advisor, okay, I'm just a guy on YouTube that likes to share charts, I am waiting for these names to come back up here in this zone, or until the monthly stochastic gets back up here and touches the white dotted line. That's what we're looking for. We're not going to sell till one of those two things happens. Does that make sense? We're not selling till one of those two things happen. So we're a ways off. We're not at our price targets. So it's better to just go enjoy summer. Go enjoy your time with your family, your friends, whatever you need to do. You don't need to be sitting at the computer all day with our strategy. You don't. Okay? Because we are 1 to 6 months out on all investments. If you guys are entering like we have been since April, the hard part is over. Your bag should be fully loaded. Okay? They should be fully loaded with your assets right now. Okay? And now we just have to hold and we just wait till one of those two things happen. Till the stochastic comes up here and touches the white dotted line, or we get in here to the daily and the price gets back up here to the red zone, right? That's what we're waiting for. We're not selling in this area. That's not our plan. That is not in our plan. That's not our strategy. Our plan is to sell up here, or when the stochastic gets back up here to the white dotted line. I know I feel like it's very simple. Because I've been doing it for 8 years. Okay, 8 years, and believe me, last week it's hard to see that happen. It's hard to see a 10% drop in 3 days. But if you panic sold down here, you only lose in this game that we're playing here if you sell. Okay, if you're buying something for the prices up here, you shouldn't be selling down here. Okay, panic selling, getting emotional. Times like this, you just walk away. You just don't look at it. Okay, and then you just wait it out till we get back up here. That's really it. I see one for Brunson for H-bar. Yeah, guys, 300 likes on stream before we log off today, and I will give away another 300 XRP. We will be giving away 100 XRP here on the stream for hitting 10,000 subscribers. So, yeah, 300, and I'll give away an additional 300. So that'd be a total of 400 XRP given away on today's stream if we can get the 300 likes. We've gotten close, but we haven't quite hit it yet. Here's H-bar. H-bar, we're watching the monthly or the weekly. Okay, you want to see a monthly dot or a weekly dot. Right now, the support level is going to be right there at the bottom of that green candle at 12 cents. Again, nothing really we can do until we get one of those signals. I think the next weekly dot will be a great place to add. But we did hold on to that support right there. That's almost a double bottom right there. So this is going to be like a form like a W here. If that plays out, I think 12 cents is a big level for it. You want to see it hold 12. What I'd be watching for is a weekly dot first, and then the monthly dot to follow on the indicator there. AMD, we covered this one again. This was one of my top picks for June. Why was that? Well, we got the green dot right there. You can see the last time we got this green dot on the monthly chart back in was all the way back here in 2023. That was about 2.5 years ago. That came at 75. It ripped all the way up to 227. That was a beautiful, beautiful trade there. And you got the same exact signal right here in June. That thing's up 20, almost 30% on the month. And we called that out at the beginning of June. So that is up 30% on the month. And the daily is just breaking out here. So again, what are we watching for? We're watching the auto fib here, our Fibonacci indicator, looking for 180. I think 180 is a great place to sell some. You can see the stochastic is a little high here on the daily, but my target on this will be anywhere between 160 and 180 right now. And then you can watch the monthly. That stochastic's at like 27. Again, we want to sell that up here at 100. So I'm looking for 180. That'd probably be my sell target for AMD. That's where I take my profits. Again, we don't want to fall in love with the stock. We don't want to fall in love with the asset. We just want to simply get in, get our trade, get out, go find the next trade. What else we got? XCN from Sparky. XCN looks good. That thing's breaking back out there. I like that one above 0.012. Monthly's got a red. So if you get the red dot on the monthly, that's where you want to set that stop loss based on the daily. I would set a stop loss on this one at 0.012, but that came right back down into the 200-day moving average. I would ride that thing out. I think that one looks good. Okay, you want to see that weekly dot probably pop up here next week in July, and I really like it over 0.012. And guys, if I don't get to your request, please don't cry about it in the chat. There's a bunch of people putting in requests. Like I said, if you guys want priority access to requests, if you guys want priority over everyone else, come hit this join button right here on the video, sign up, become a YouTube Spartan, and I will take your requests over everybody else's. But don't be whining on the thing. Okay, you can become a YouTube Spartan for about a Starbucks coffee a month these days. So you can go buy a Starbucks coffee tomorrow, or you could just sign up for the membership and get priority access to the chat and the requests. Okay, that's just kind of how it works. Dot. And keep dropping your requests. Keep dropping it in the chat. The more you drop it, the more likely of a chance I'm going to see it. But I'm telling you, if you want priority access, I always take the YouTube Spartan requests on YouTube first on these lives. So, yeah. Polkadot, we want to see the green dot here on the monthly. That thing's all the way back down at $3. That's crazy. Crazy, man. This thing's gotten hammered. I'm glad I sold this one at $6. I'm glad I sold this one at $6 because that thing is all the way back down at $3. Yeah, I just wait for the monthly confirmation on this one. That's an ugly break right there. What else we got? You were kind of crying, dude. Amazon. Amazon. Still got the monthly signal right there. Boom. And it looks good. It looks very good above 200. There was your entry signal here today. So we'd be buying that today because, again, we got the monthly right there and we got the daily. Boom. $200 is your stop loss. CRO. CRO, I also have a position in this. Again, just waiting on that monthly confirmation to confirm the move higher. It's right back down into this support we've been bouncing. We bounced right here at 7, 7, 7. We're bouncing here at about 8. So as long as this one holds on to that 7-cent level, I still am very bullish on this one. Another one I want to see either the weekly or the monthly signal for that to confirm that reversal. I see one for Jason for Hype. Hype's doing the Ripsky here. Okay, nice little bounce off the 50 here. What's the hourly saying there? Hourly's right into that level. I would use a stop loss on this one, probably around 36 or 35. Yeah, I would really like to see a green candle, but I still got the green dot. Very bullish here on the monthly, but where are we in regards to the auto fib? Can't even see it because there's not enough data. So you really, I'd set a stop loss at 35, 36 bucks, probably 36 if or 35. You can put it $1 below, but 35 on the stop loss for that. If that corrects down into 24, I'd like it more. But I would definitely use a tight stop here at around $35. Syrup. Wow. Nice move on that one. Big move up there. Just the right one. Maple Finance. Big old move. Very nice. Weekly looks good. Daily's just doing the ripski. You got a little toppy right there at 95. Or, I'm sorry, 65. Whew. This one's in a nice trend. Honestly, I would use a stop loss probably right there at 55 to protect my gains. You want it to hold on to 55, 54 there. Okay, but that was a big move up. You can see the separation there. Boom, big move up to 65. It could pull back just like it did right here into 40. But, I mean, this thing's just on a tear. It's a little too new. So, again, these newer stocks, unless I'm looking at the wrong, sometimes you can go to a different exchange. I normally look at Coinbase just because that's what I have. That's what I buy crypto on. So, yeah, it's just too new to see where the fib is. So I would put a stop loss at 55 to protect your gains on this one. PPTA. PPTA on the daily looks good as long as it can hold on to, I'm going to say that low right there at 11. Okay, I'd buy that one on the gray dot. That'll probably come here in the next couple days. Most likely is green here on the monthly. So yeah, you just want this one to hold on to support there. Okay, you could even move it up to 12 if you want. I personally probably use it right there at 11, but if you want to limit your risk, use it at 12. Watch for the green dot. I'd buy that one on the green dot. Again, I like names that are trending up and above the EMAs. We want to buy those dips into the EMAs just like that, 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 just like that. Boom, 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 boom. Okay? All buying opportunities. You're just missing the green dot there on the daily, but that stock looks really good. You just want to make sure it holds 12 bucks. Make sure it doesn't close below 12. 12 or 11, depending on how much you want to risk. Fastball softball game says, hello from the beach. What's going on? I'm going to be on the beach tomorrow. Okay, we won't be live again for about a week, guys. So, yeah, I'll be on the beach chilling. Because, again, markets are just consolidating. Now we just have to wait for our sell targets. And those aren't going to come next week. Cardano. And I'll go ahead and start the 100 XRP giveaway here, guys. So I'm going to do that over here in our Discord channel. So if you guys are not a member of the Discord, I just want to give the opportunity for our members to do this because some people live out of the country, not in the same time zone. So we did hit that 10,000 subscriber last night. That was really cool to see. Huge milestone for the channel, for the community. Love to see the channel growing. You can see right here we got to 10,000. We're almost at 10,100 now. But I'm going to be doing a giveaway, 100 XRP giveaway for that. So you have to be in the Discord to join this. If you guys are not a member of the Discord, you guys can sign up and get full access to everything we offer here. We drop a weekly watch list, trade alerts. You get 24/7 trade support, advanced market analysis. You can chat with our members over here. We have around 2,000 people right now. You can see all my trades and then do the giveaways, chart requests, and more. You guys can sign up for as little as $4 a month. That will get you access to this giveaway thread right here. So I'm just going to go ahead and create this real quick. Let's create the giveaway. So this is going to be the 100. And I'll give away 300 XRP if we can get the 300 on stream here today. 300 likes on stream. Oh, that's the duration. So I'll give you guys 3 days. I'll give you guys 3 days to go enter this. We'll have one winner. 100 XRP. Enter to win, or yeah, prize is 100 XRP. This will be 100. Enter to win XRP. Tap the. It is like a. It's going to be a little emoji over here. You guys can tap like a celebration. To enter. There you go. All right, so I'll submit this. So you guys will be able to enter for that. That will be in 3 days on June 28th. We'll pick the winner. All you guys got to do is click on this emoji right here. Let me dismiss this. Click on that emoji, and that will get you into the giveaway over there. So I'm going to undo it because I don't want to win. But yeah, all you guys got to do is tap that right there. Appreciate you guys. And the 100 XRP will be given away to someone here on June 28th. Again, if you can't see the giveaways thread, it's because it's only open to Discord members. You can sign up for a Discord membership for as little as $4 a month right now. And again, I'm doing it over here just because I want to give our members a opportunity to enter. Some people are going to be watching this replay tomorrow because, again, we're all over the world, baby. The Spartan Army is located all over the globe. And if you guys want the link, just look at the pinned comment. You just go to overkillinvestingclub.com. That's how you can join the Discord. It's free to join. We just have that membership with the extra perks. What else we got? Render, RNDR. Renda. Okay, that one's still looking like it's, again, stuck in a consolidation phase. We're down here in the golden zone, just going sideways at the moment. So I think that one has bottomed here. You can see it bottomed here at 250, bottomed here at 250. Had a nice move up to about $6 there. I don't see that one going lower than 550. So if I wanted to own this one for the next 1 to 6 months, I think it looks like a great place to add to it. If you want confirmation at the bottom, it's always going to be the green dot on the monthly chart. That is the absolute confirmation that, hey, this is the bottom. I don't think it's going to go lower than 250, but again, nothing is confirmed until we get that monthly signal. So watch those macro time frames like the weekly and the monthly. I personally think next week is going to be a big week. I think we're going to end up higher next week, and I think we're going to push up all the way into the end of summer. And I've been saying that since April. So I'm still fully in on that stance that we are going to be back at the highs, back up in the red zone, back up at our sell targets by the end of the year. Okay, nothing's guaranteed, but I'm 85 to 90% sure that's what's going to happen, what's going to play out here. Okay, we still got the China deal coming. We have a lot of things. We have a lot of things still to develop. A lot of good catalysts. We got ETFs launching. We got the SEC case ending. A lot of things to happen here. SUI. SUI. Okay, I still like this one. Again, 230 is the level we're going to watch. Once again, you want to watch for that weekly signal. Watch for the weekly here. The weekly is going to feed the monthly. Last time we got the weekly signal was at $2. It went all the way up to $4. So before that, we got it back here in August. That was at 70 cents. It went all the way up to $5. So I'm watching that like a hawk right there. 230 is a big level for it. Okay, I personally would like to buy SUI down here at like 175. Is that going to happen? I don't know. But right now, we could just use that last low from, what was that, Monday? From last Sunday at 230 as our support level. So you want to see that one push up and break over $3. I think that one's a solid hold, though. I really like the SUI project. Okay, watching the weekly there for the confirmation of a bottom, because again, we don't have the monthly data yet, so we got to use the weekly. Watch for the weekly signal. I did not do HIMS, but I saw HIMS was like getting roasted there. Yeah, they freaking gapped down. Ugh. I saw that like their drug or something was getting delisted. What did it say? Novo Nordisk ended its partnership with Hims and Hers Health on June 23rd due to concerns over illegal compounding and marketing practices impacting access to Wegovy, whatever that is. So one of their partners looks like they sold a bunch of shares. I don't know, gap down. I'm just not too impressed. Where I'd look to bite on it is maybe right there at 35, but really what I'd be looking for is a daily green dot on this one. The weekly's red though, so I don't like the bad news. I don't like the bad news on this one, but again, last time it came down into the 200 EMA here on the daily was a great time to buy back here in April. Had a beautiful move up, and we're getting right back into that zone. So let's watch for a daily on this one and see where it comes. But I mean, it's been in a very nice uptrend for a long time here. So let's see. Let's watch for the daily dot on this one and see what happens. Soundhound, SOUN. This one's still holding on to 9. We're just chopping around right now. Okay, I'm still bullish on this one as long as it can hold on to $9. It's right back into that EMA here. You really want to see it hang on 9. 9's a big, big level for it here. Okay, another one I'd probably look to the weekly here for the signal, and that will feed the monthly. True support's probably down here at like 840, so 850. That's the level I'd be watching. If it breaks that level, you're going to see it probably fall back down here to around 6. So I'd watch the weekly for that. But above 9, it's holding on to 9 like a champ. It's not going lower than $9 right now. You can see it tried to bounce there, tried to break it there, but the buyers are holding it up above that $9 level. So $9 is a big level to watch for Soundhounds. Chirp. Chirp is a very low market cap coin that we have in the portfolio here. It came right back down into 6 cents here. Had a nice move up to 17, pulled all the way back here. Very low market cap play here. It's like a $5 million market cap now or something. See the weekly's trying to reverse here. I like this one. I mean, it's more of a fundamental play than a technical play here. Again, a $5 million market cap coin, you're getting in like on the ground floor. But as long as it holds 6, I'm bullish on it. Okay, as long as the dot is green, we're going up. If it gets a red daily dot, we can reassess. But I'm holding this one for a while. I think it's an easy $50 to $100 million market cap. Easy 10, 20, possibly even 100x play there. That one in Riz. And I think Riz actually closed with a daily dot yesterday, and it did. So Riz is finding a bounce here. It's finding a bottom here. See, the last time we got a daily dot down here on Riz was back here on the 25th of June. Okay, that was yesterday. Last time was in May, right there at a penny, 0.018. And that thing went all the way up to 6 cents. That was a huge 300% move. So, again, 2 very low market cap plays, guys. You got to understand those are very high risk, high reward plays. But if you do your fundamental research, if you understand their technology, if you understand what they do, and you think they're going to be something, it's not a bad place to take a position and hold. Because you never know what could happen with these. One of these projects could turn out to be a top 10 project, top 100 project, and they're sitting very, very low right now. So I'd still hold Chirp here. I mean, that one's more of a long-term play just to see, how it all plays out. What else we got here? Chirp. We looked at Chirp. Weight loss injections. That doesn't sound too good. Just hit a treadmill. Yeah, my mom almost died over like an Ozempic shot. She was in the hospital for like 5 days. She took an Ozempic shot, took too much, and almost died. That was not too long ago. $10 is the level I'm watching on INJ here. Again, the confirmation of a bottom will be the monthly signal. So hopefully we push up into the end of next week. We get a big green candle going into next week. And we see some green dots on the monthly here in July. We really need to see them, I think we'll see them in July or August. I think that's when we're going to see the monthlies pop up on these altcoins. But up above 10, I like INJ here. Again, we're down in the bottom of the Fibonacci here. Again, we turn that fib back on. Okay, we're down here in the bottom zone here. Just consolidating, chopping. Our sell target's up here between 30 and 32. 30 and 35. That's where we're looking to sell right now. Right here, we're just looking to accumulate. We're not looking to sell, panic sell, or do anything crazy. Okay, so, and again, look where the monthly stochastic is. Look where the wave is. When that green dot comes, you're going to see a big fat candle like that up. Okay, and these 10, 15% dips aren't going to mean anything. Okay, when we're up here at 25, 30, 35 bucks. So I still really like INJ. You want the confirmation, wait for the monthly dot. And again, we get new monthly candles here in 6 days. If you guys are a member of the Discord over here, you guys do get all those alerts. We call out the monthly alerts. We call out the weekly alerts. We call out the daily alerts. And we call out the golden dots all over here inside the Discord. So come July, we're really going to want to see a lot of altcoins popping off with a monthly dot. That'll happen if we can continue this price action upwards into the end of June. Okay, you'll see a lot of signals come here on the monthly. So again, if you're looking at the hourly charts, a lot of them are breaking out, guys. A lot of them are breaking out. We got the golden cross here. We just want to hold on to these levels. Like Chainlink, if that thing can hold on to 1250 and push up here tomorrow, that thing could be easily between 15 and 16, 15 and $18 here by the end of June. And if that's the case, you're going to see a monthly dot here on Chainlink. Okay, and Ethereum has one. Ethereum has a monthly dot. Okay, showing up right here in June. So that's bullish. Normally when Ethereum goes, all the altcoins follow with it. SMCI. Looks good. That one's got a green dot there on the monthly as well. That one was called out at the beginning of the month at $40. It is up 16, 17% since the beginning of the month. Okay, and that thing's actually breaking out here. Nice green candle here today. You look at the hourly on this one. Again, a very easy way to spot a trend is just to look at the micro time frame like the hourly. You can see we broke up, we pulled back. Again, one of my favorite places to also buy is when we come into the 200 on the hourly. Great place to buy at 38. Nice little trade. Great place to buy right here at 41. Nice little trade. Great place to buy right here back at 23. Nice little trade. And you can see this alert going off. 1 hour is crossing the 200 EMA. So I have that alert set up to let me know. That doesn't get called out in the Discord just because I want you guys to focus more on the macro time frame. But if you're a little more advanced, okay, you could really pinpoint your entries with this alert. So you can see I have an alert set up for when the price comes back down into that 200 EMA. So like I got a signal right here on Monday when SMCI pulled back into that level, okay? And SMCI is green on the monthly. So on the hourly, right, pulling back into this area where we're bouncing, okay, and I have that alert set up. So if you guys want to set that alert up for yourselves, you could hit add alert. You could right click, hit add alert. And again, if you guys have the indicator, if you guys don't have the indicators, okay, you could download every single indicator that we use here by coming over here and clicking on this link, okay, and you'll get everything. You'll get the EMAs, you get the red and green dots, you get the Fibonacci, everything. If you need help or support loading that up, just email me, overkill@overkillinvestingclub.club. Okay, but what you want to do is set an alert for the price. So you want to get on the hourly time frame. Again, this is another just tool to have in your tool belt. Okay, when price crosses, okay, you say crossing, and you want to come over here and click the 3 EMA. Okay, and we want to use the third EMA here on the indicator. Okay, the third EMA is going to be the light blue line. That's the 200. Okay, the 200 EMA right there. 200 EMA. Okay, when that pulls back, right, great place to buy or add, right? You can see chain link. Let's go all the way back here to, let's go all the way back here on chain link to when we had that massive run up here. That was back here. Here was the last bull run. Okay, that was back here in what? November? Or I'm sorry, April? May? Where did we get the last green dot? Back in November of 2024. So let's go to November. That was May. Oh, we gotta go way back here. Okay, the last green dot on link came in November. That was back here. So what happened? We had a golden cross. Okay, golden cross is when the 50 crosses the 200. What did it do? It pulled back into the 200, 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 and we just kept moving up, moving up, moving up. Pulled back below the 200, popped back up. But it's just another tool for you guys to have in your tool belt. It's another alert that I use on the hourly time frame. The hourly time frame is more for us to get a sense on what's happening in the short term. In the short term, we know we're going down when we're below the EMAs, but when we get back up above it, that's when you get ready. Because again, the hourly is going to feed the daily. You're going to get the hourly dot before you get the daily dot. So for those of you that feel like you miss some of the green dots, like if you get a daily green dot, let's just go look and see if we got anything here. It doesn't look like we got any green dots here. But for example, like SMCI, okay, again, it doesn't matter if we buy here or yesterday at 40, because again, our target is always up here at 80 to 90, right? It's sitting at 46 bucks. But if you wanted to anticipate a green dot on the daily, because again, we got that, what, today? And that opened up at 43. It pushed up 8% if you guys got in the morning. Stock market opens at 6:30, by the way. 6:30 Pacific time. But you can see yesterday, before the green dot happened, it pulled back into the 200. So it bounced back up. You were entering down here between, if you got in on that green dot, you were in right there at around 42. Boom. That thing's up 10% today if you guys got in before that. Same thing. If it goes up like it did today, you got the green dot, that confirms the trend. Okay, what do? You can wait for a pullback. If it's already up 10% and you want to wait, get into the hourly, watch for a pullback into the EMAs if you miss the daily. So that's just another tool in the tool belt for you guys. I want to start talking about that more. And there's another alert that I have set up in my alerts where like bonk says golden cross on the hourly. So when the hourly, right, the 50 crosses the 200 there on the hourly, right, that's normally a bullish signal. The golden cross is a very bullish indication. Doesn't always mean that it's going to be the bottom, but it's just an indication that, hey, this is a potential short-term reversal. When we cross, that's a golden cross. When the 50 crosses the 200 like that. So if we're up above the EMAs on the hourly, that's even better. Because again, we know we're in an uptrend. We know we're in a downtrend when we're below the EMAs. It doesn't matter what time frame you use that on. Okay, the 4 hour, we're in a downtrend. But with the hourly is going to feed the 4 hour. It's going to happen on the 4 hour before it happens on the 4 hour, or on the hour before it happens on the 4 hour. It's going to happen on the 4 hour before it happens on the daily. Okay, but typically, with our basic strategy, our trading rules, okay, we work from the top down. We work from the monthly down to the daily. That is our basic strategy, right? But for those of you who are a little more advanced, you could start incorporating that hourly and, right, look for that pullback into that 200 on the hourly. Again, nothing changes in the strategy. Again, it's just another tool to have in the tool belt for you guys. So the hourly is a great time frame to watch for the short term to see what's going to happen in the short term. Okay, the monthly is going to tell us the macro direction. Okay, we know bonk right now is stuck in a downtrend because we're red here. Okay, so is it the best place to buy this? No, we want to wait for that green candle to ignite just like it did back here in April. Okay, we know the bottom right now, the macro bottom is right there at 0.0009. Riz, I don't think we really covered. I talked about it a little bit, but again, this is another very small, low market cap coin. $5 million market cap, but it did have a green dot there yesterday, so I would be adding here if you want to add more to it. I have a pretty heavy bag of this, so I personally didn't add more yesterday, but yeah, it looks good. I mean, this is a great place to add if you want to own it for the long term. WLK from Jeff. So again, this one's stuck in a downturn. We did have that golden dot get called out right there at 70 or so, 70 or 71. It is a little off of that. I mean, it's a little up. You're not up a big amount, but it did get a green dot there yesterday. So I don't see this one going lower than 70. I would use a stop loss at 70 on it. And that monthly looks good. That monthly looks like it's going to reverse. This is a really good, solid 1 to 6 month hold right here. Again, that golden dot is for 1 to 6 months. That came about a month ago. It did go up to around 82 and then pulled back, but up above $70. I really like this name, and I think the monthly looks really good here. That monthly confirmation will be really big for you. Okay, last time we got a green dot with the wave all the way down here was back here in June. Wow, it's June of 2020 right now, summertime. Was $40. It went all the way up to 140. So it's a great 1 to 6 month swing trade, in my opinion. XLM, and again, that's what that golden dot is for. You need to be willing to hold for 1 to 6 months. XLM, we want to see the monthly or the weekly on this one as well. Okay, it looks like 20 cents is that macro support from April. We did not lose that low. We want to push up here into next week. That would be huge. I got time for a couple more, guys. A couple more requests. You guys got them, just drop them in there. I see one for LQTY. And if you guys are watching the replay, if we can get this video to 300 likes on the replay, I'll give away another 100 XRP. If you guys missed the 100 XRP, you guys can go enter for that giveaway right over here in the giveaway tab. Just click on this emoji right here inside of the giveaways after this stream, and you guys will be entered. That winner will be drawn on the 28th of June. LQTY, again, if you're looking at the daily, we're too far off of the EMAs here. I would be taking some profits on this one. Taking some profits on LQTY. QNT. QNT looks good. We pulled right back down into the EMA. Okay, again, we had the big move up. Let's go back to our cheat sheet here. Okay, we broke out over the averages, the mean. Okay, we broke out. We know we're in a downtrend when we're down below the averages on the daily. We broke out. We pulled back. Nice little pullback. Couple green dots right here at around 90. Went all the way up to 130. What did? We pulled back into the mean. We want to buy the pullbacks into the average on the daily. Okay, just like I was just talking about on the hourly, it works on any time frame. Whatever time frame you're trading, if you could just make sure that you are up above those moving averages, up above them, you want to buy the pullbacks into them. That's the best place to look for an entry. This thing looks really good above 90. I really like this one. Still green on the monthly as well. I really like it. Easy stop loss right there at 90 if you want to put a stop loss. But as long as that dot remains green, we're going up. We're bullish. ZBEC. ZBEC. Everyone was talking. This was the talk of the town a couple weeks ago. Not seeing a whole lot of people who are talking about it anymore. It's still stuck in a downtrend. Okay, I think right now, I mean, if you're playing it here, I think 3 cents would be a good place to add. If 3 cents breaks, I would add down here at 4. So I'd nibble on some if you want to own this thing for the long term at 0.0038. I still don't know what this project does. I just saw everybody hyping it up here, and I told you guys to sell it because, again, we were getting these red dots. Told you guys to sell right there around 5 and right here around 7, and it pulled all the way back to 0.04. So if you want to own it for the long term, I don't think it looks like a bad place to add some here at 0.04. But if you can get it at 0.03 or even 0.002, I said if this thing pulled back to 0.002, I would buy some. But we're about 50% off of that level. I think there was a lot of hype around this project. I saw every TikToker telling everybody to buy it, and that's when I started waving the red flags. Again, everybody's delusional. Everybody's thinking it's going to go to $1,000. When you start hearing that kind of talk, that's when we're in this phase right here. We're in stupid, right? New paradigm delusion phase. Okay, when everyone's excited, when everyone's talking about it, we're too late. Okay, our place to buy ZBEC was right here at 0.015. You had a green dot right here on May 16th at right there at 0.016, 0.015, whatever. Okay, it went all the way up to 0.07. That was a 350% move if you guys are using our strategy. Okay, not buying up here when everyone else is telling you, because again, if everyone's already talking about it, you're too late. You want to buy stuff when nobody's talking about it, when no one's excited about it, when no one's having a good time. Okay, there's not a lot of hype. Nobody's mentioning it. Everyone's just quiet. When things are quiet. Okay, they call that the stealth phase. Smart money buys when nobody's talking about it. Dumb money buys when everybody's talking about it. If you see every influencer start to say, oh, ZBEC's going to $1,000. It's got a partnership with this company and them. And I'm not hating on ZBCN because I don't know enough about it. Okay. If you believe in the project, you should look for places to buy. I'm telling you the levels to buy. If you can get it at 0.003, I think that'd be a great spot. If it pulls back to 0.003, I may consider buying it. If it pulls back to 0.002, I would definitely buy it at that level. Okay, but up here, I'm just kind of, I wouldn't take that big of a position. Because again, the smart money was buying it down here. Dumb money was buying it up here. Does that make sense? UPST. UPST's taking off here. I like it. Okay, we broke out over the mean. Look at takeoff phase. We break out over the mean. Take off. We break out over the averages. We know we're in a downtrend when we're down below the averages. But as soon as we break up above it, that's when we're looking for that first sell-off, that first pullback into the mean. What happened right here? Breakout, pullback. What comes next? The Ripsky. That's right. That's right. The Ripsky comes next, folks. $50 was support there. And my target on this is, first target's always up here at the top of the red zone between $80 and $90. $80 and $90 where I'm looking to sell that one. Okay, but that looks good. It's in an uptrend. It looks good. We know it's in an uptrend when it's green on the monthly. Green candle on the monthly, no green dot yet, but this one looks good. Credit card debt at all-time highs. These guys do personal loans and stuff. So I'd look to sell this one around 80 to 90 bucks. Pepe, got a couple more guys, and I'm going to go eat dinner with my wife. I got to get up early, and we're heading to the beach. So Pepe... It lost that 0.001 level, didn't it? So next thing we need to watch for, again we've gone down for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks in a row here. What we're looking for is a weekly dot. Okay, the last weekly dot came right here in March at 0.000065. Went all the way up to around 0.00016. So watch for that next weekly signal. Again, we're down here in the bottom of the zone. Not looking to sell down here, looking to accumulate, looking for levels to accumulate more, and then looking to sell up here. Okay, we want to sell when it retraces back into the red zone, baby. Okay, I really want to see that one regain 0.00012. That'd be really nice. Okay, we need a big week next week into July. We need next week to be a ripper. We need big numbers next week, guys. So get out the credit cards. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Don't do that. Don't buy with debt. Don't buy with money you can't afford to lose. Swift. Swift went all the way down to a penny. Still red there on the monthly. So watching the weekly. Watching the weekly on that one, I would say a penny is very, very strong support there. That's the level you want to watch. Ondo, we covered Ondo. Again, we're just buying and holding that one. We got that golden dot. If you entered on the golden dot of Ondo, guys, you want to hold that one until it gets back up here to the red zone. So my target on Ondo is anywhere from $180 to $2. That's going to be my first target. Okay, 60 cents. I don't see it going lower than 60 cents. 60 cents looks like solid support here. Okay, you got that gold dot around 82. It's sitting at 76, so you're down a little bit. But again, that's a 1 to 6 month swing trade. It's been like 3 weeks. Hasn't even been a month yet. So our target's up here. We're not selling down here in this area. Okay, not selling down here in this area. We want to sell after the big move higher. This is coming eventually. I don't know when, but I'm going to tell you guys in the next 1 to 6 months, I think a big move to the upside is going to happen. Okay, and we don't want to panic sell our bags down here before it happens. So hold the line. Like I said, great time to go to the beach. Great time to go to the pool. Great time to get outside. Great time to go do something. We're not going to be back up here in the next 2-3 weeks, guys. It's not going to happen. We have been buying since April. We have been buying all throughout this time, guys, just like we should have been. Okay, this is just like this consolidation phase back here. This is time to buy. Time to load up, load the bags, and sit and chill. Go do something fun. Go race a race car or do something until we get back up here to the red zone. This is when we need to start looking to take profits, and altcoins aren't near that area. Okay, the only things I think are close to that in an altcoin is like BCH. We're getting kind of close. We're about $100 off from that zone. We've been bullish on BCH. We're calling BCH out right here. Okay, BCH was called out right here on this green dot back in June. Right there at $380 to $400. Nice move up. Okay, we know we're in an uptrend when we're up into the EMAs here, folks. We know we're in a downtrend when we are trending below the EMAs. But as soon as we break up, as soon as we get that takeoff phase over the averages, that's when we know the trend is back on, and this is coming. Okay, so the majority of altcoins have not broken back up yet. Okay, but I do think it's coming. Another good-looking one is Uniswap. Uniswap's been chopping around here. That one had the green dot yesterday. I like that one. What else we got? Tesla. I got probably 2 more, guys. 2 more, and then I'm going to sign off for the night. And we will be live again next Wednesday. So I'm going to be gone to the beach for about a week. So next Wednesday will be our next live stream. Tesla's chopping around here. I would like to buy Tesla around 300. Again, in a choppy market, you want to probably look at the hourly. It's right down there into 320. Green dot here at the end of the day. They got the robo-taxis and stuff going on. I don't know. I mean, the macro time frame right now is the daily. You're going to want to use 300 as a stop loss or a buying point. But you do got a green dot here on the monthly of Tesla as well. So that actually is still bullish. Just looking for, I mean, you got a green dot still on the daily here. It's just really choppy. Right now it's a trader's market. It's a trader's market right now. So 320 is the current level. After that, the macro level is going to be 300 right there. But again, the monthly dot is still there. So you just want to make sure it holds 300 bucks. We don't want to close below 300. PPTA, I think I covered this one already. Okay, that looks good. Looks good above 11 or 12 bucks, depending on how much you want to risk. Okay, as long as it doesn't close below our 200, it's at a very strong trend. You can see it pulls back into the 200, pulls back into the 200, pulls back into it, pulls back into it, pulls back into it. Okay, nice little bounce right there off at 12 bucks. That green dot will probably show up here in the next couple days. CHZ. Chili's. So this is when you want to wait for the macro, that macro move. Green dot on the monthly. Wait for that green dot on the monthly. It's a really ugly name here. Hopefully you know what you're buying. Hopefully you believe in their technology and what they're about, because this doesn't look like a good chart. Down and to the right. I don't like charts that are down and to the right. Okay. We want charts that are up and to the right. Okay. Charts that are going like this, not typically like that. That's ugly. Ugly. Okay. I'd advise you, if you want to buy it or want to wait for the bottom, that green dot on the monthly will be it. We covered XCN. I see one for TARS AI, TAI. What's that one doing? Okay, that weekly's trying to reverse there. I'd say 5 cents is going to be a big level. Nice little pullback into 6 cents. So you guys could see this double bottom right here. Right there at 6 cents. You can see we bounced on it back here in May. Went up, bounced on the same level here. So this one looks strong above 6. Looks really strong above 6. Looking for that green dot here next week on the weekly. And then the monthly, we don't got the data yet. But up above 6, I like TARS AI here. I do. You could be in here on the hourly looking to buy this one. I think right now is a great time to buy it right here at 8.5. And as long as it holds on to 6, it looks good. You could even move your stop loss up to like 8 cents if you want to, or 7.5. Okay, you just want to see a big explosion here in the next couple days there. That'll confirm the move on the micro, which will feed the daily, which will feed the weekly, so on and so forth. So watch that weekly time frame for a weekly dot there. I got a feeling there's some big news coming here in the next couple days. What else we got? Chewy. Chewy had a nice pullback into the EMA there. I don't know. This one's up in the red zone, right? We're up in the red zone, so we're not typically looking to buy in the red zone. We want to buy a pullback into the EMA, like down here into like 36. That's where I'd want to buy Chewy. Too high right now. If you're in it, use a stop loss at that low right there at around 40 bucks. 40 bucks. If it gets a red dot, I would sell it because it'll most likely retrace back down there into 36. Yeah. Your sell target was right here. That red dot right there, boom. See, red dot in the red zone, $48. That was your sell target. We gapped down. So I would look to sell this one on the next red dot if you missed that. And I wouldn't buy it until it retraced back into the 200 down here. KTA. You guys were really bullish on this one up here at 140. Again, when everyone's talking about it, that's normally the time to step away. Okay, it came right back down into 40 cents. Some of you guys were saying that their Discord's filled with a bunch of dickheads. So, yeah, 40 cents is where we bounced. That's literally right where it opened up back here at 40 cents. And it bounced on that same exact level. That was a snipe if you guys got in on it. Green dot came right there around 60. It's at 70 right now. So if you want, move your stop loss up to 60 cents there. And yeah, hopefully that one continues on. I just think it's too new to have an opinion on. It's only been out for a couple months, so 60 cents is the current level. You want to see that one break back. If it could break back out over 80, that'd be really good for the project, but it was sitting at a $400 million market cap up here, guys, and it's not even listed on exchanges yet. So you can see 60 is a big level here, 60 was a big level here, and we broke down below it for a brief second and pumped right back up. So 60 cents is a big level for it. If you can get it at 60, I think that'd be a good buy if you want to go long on it. That's the level. We covered Robinhood. I think that is it, folks. Covered XCN. Deep Book. If you guys join late, you guys can watch the replay here over in the latest tab. All the latest live streams are right over here inside of the Discord. So today's you guys can tune in and watch again. If we can get the 300 likes here on the replay, it doesn't look like we're going to make it here on the stream. But if we get the 300 likes on the replay, I'll give away another 100 XRP. If you guys missed the giveaway for the 100 XRP for hitting 10K subscribers, you guys can enter for that by clicking on this emoji over on the giveaways thread over here in the Discord. Deep Book. Red on the monthly. God, that's a weird looking chart. Big fat candle up. sold it right back off. I'd use 10 cents as a stop loss on this one. That low right there, you want it to hold that level, and you want to see it pump here tomorrow. Yeah. You could even move the stop loss up to 12 cents. So you're risking a penny. If you want to own it, I'd buy it here and use a stop loss at 12. You want to make sure 12 cents holds, though. It's a one-time fee. If you guys want my layout, if you guys want all the indicators that I use, it's a one-time fee. Everything loads, it's plug and play. 0.006, again, down into the right, not my favorite looking chart. You want to look to the weekly. Nice green candle there. Yeah, I'd use 6 cents as a stop loss here. Trying to bounce on that 4-hour 50 right now. Daily got a green dot right there around 6 cents. So 6 cents needs to be the stop loss, but I don't like the fact that we are down to the right. We want to trade charts that are trending up and to the right. Oh, here we go. See, so it bounced right back there at 4 cents. Last time, that's right about where we bounced right there at 5 cents. So that was almost a double bottom there. And looking for that continuation. But 6 cents is a big level. I'd buy it at 6 cents if it dropped there. If it drops to 5, buy more. Okay, big nice move up to 0.026. But again, I don't know too much about the project. Looks like the weekly dot's going to print here in the next couple of weeks. So this one could move up here into July. I would look for the weekly signal there for the confirmation. And that's it, folks. That's it. I will be back. We will be back live here on Wednesday of next week at 4 p.m. Pacific time. We'll be back on our normal schedule starting in July. No live on Monday because I'll still be at the beach. But after that, we'll be on a normal schedule Monday, Wednesday, and Friday for the live streams here. I appreciate you guys subscribing, liking the videos, all the support, guys. Really appreciate you. Make sure you get over there and enter for that 100 XRP giveaway. That drawing will be on the 28th of June there. And, yeah, guys, need anything, just hit me up over here in support chat. Hope you guys have a great week. Hit me up in the general chat. I'll still be a little active in the Discord, but I won't be posting any reels on TikTok or going live for the next week or so. So appreciate you guys. Hope you guys all have a really good week. And we'll see you here soon. God bless you, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace.